Hey guys, it's been about a month, so it's time to make another one of these video blogs about what's been going on in the game. You'll see there's not much that's changed in terrain or enemy, but I've done a lot of UI and making of the hero abilities. I now have 3 heroes, 2 now. And one question for you guys as the audience as we go through this is, what do you think some good upgrades might be to this system, like between levels? Say you earn, I was thinking having it, you earn like 3 upgrade points, but most upgrades probably cost about 3 points, but then when you replay a level and beat it multiple times, you'd get 1 upgrade point additionally. So it'd be a way if people wanted to grind, they could grind by getting extra points, but I don't want to make it so hard that that's even needed. So we got, last time we had just the regular gun, but now it's got an actual reload system. So when you get down to 0 bullets, you'll have this little bar come down and it'll reload and you'll go back to 10. And this is just the clip size here. I'm not going to do it where you can actually run out of ammo like a lot of games do, because that's just kind of annoying to me. So some upgrades could be increasing the clip size, increasing the fire rate, maybe the reload speed, stuff like that. Any other suggestions you might have? Then I created the grenade and this beautiful grenade art I made. And it goes kind of like this. And the grenade is the only thing that can actually be lobbed over level walls like that. Pretty much every other projectile would get stopped by a wall like this. As you can see, the bullet just hits that, which makes it kind of unique. And I also wanted to separate it from the rocket, which we'll talk about in a little bit. So if I throw it in this group of enemies, it's kind of like a shrapnel rocket where these little bullets come out of it and hit them. And I kind of added this new thing called bullet piercing, where certain bullets will be able to go through multiple enemies. Like you can see this, it just hits that front enemy, but like a bullet from the grenade will hit multiple enemies. It'll just go through them and hurt everyone that it hits. That's something I originally added for the sniper, which I'll show you in a little bit, but it seemed like it was a good idea for the grenade as well, because when I originally tested it, if it just went on one guy, all 6 bullets from that grenade would just explode inside of that guy, so it would only end up hurting one dude. And then you'll see the rocket does a regular explosion and just hits kind of everyone like that. And I didn't want the rocket and the grenade to be basically the same thing, so that's why I have the bullet shrapnel coming out of the grenade. You'll notice the grenade also has like what in StarCraft would be a charged based cooldown as opposed to just a regular cooldown. You'll see right now the cooldown is actually going, but I don't show it until there's 0 charges left. And then it'll go up to the max charges, which right now is 3. And so yeah, the grenade's pretty nifty. Any comments, let me know. See, it just went up another charge. It'll do that until it gets to 3. Again, and we'll see that cooldown there. It goes exactly to where you pointed your mouse, and it has a certain fuse. I don't even remember what it was, like 3 seconds or so or something. And yeah, potential upgrades would be the maximum amount you can carry at a time. You could increase the number of bullets that come out, as well as the damage they do and how far they go, maybe. Yeah, maybe the charge cooldown could be decreased. Yeah, the rocket, on the other hand, it will also go to wherever the mouse is pointing, like this, with the exception I did make like a certain minimum distance, which when it reloads I can show you. It also will get stopped by this level wall, as I call it, but it does go over sandbags like this, which makes it unique as opposed to bullets, which get stopped by this sandbag. So let's see if there's the minimum distance. Okay, if you get too small, I made it so it doesn't even shoot. But yeah, you'll see it has to go at least that far, because I think it'd be kind of silly to shoot your rocket and have it just explode right in front of you, which there isn't going to be friendly fire, but it's still kind of seems like a silly thing to do. So yeah, we got that. It's got its own little cooldown, and these rocket and sandbag abilities are shared by all three heroes, but then they have a unique weapon and a unique secondary ability. You'll see I made these little icons here for what button does it, and the thing that kind of stunk though is, from what I looked up, is you can't make this like dynamic, these buttons, where like the player can change them before he starts the game, but apparently I can't reference what they changed it to, which is kind of annoying. So if they end up changing this Q to a U, this would still show Q instead of U, so I'm not sure how if I'm gonna fix that or not, or what. It might just be forever messed up. And then yeah, I explained the sandbags pretty well last time though. For some reason the sniper's been having trouble shooting over them, which is something I showed off in the last video. So I'm gonna have to try and debug that a bit, but this guy does fine, and so does the shotgun guy. I got this silly looking building here, which is a B for bunker, so very clever. Might end up making it smaller, but one of the buildings I'm gonna end up having is where you can switch between your heroes. So like I'd be able to come down here, and it's not implemented yet, and then something would probably pop up here at the top bar. It would show you their health percentage or something, because the only way you're going to be able to heal your heroes is when they're out of combat. Just automatically heal. So you'll be able to come down here, switch heroes, and if you just let them die in the field, then they'll take them like twice as long to heal, or 3 times as long to heal, or something like that, and you won't be able to take them out till they're fully healed. So that'll be kind of the debuff if you don't just change your heroes yourself before they end up going to 0 health. So that'll encourage players to do that. Made this little area, nothing really interesting here. I've also been changing a lot of script stuff, kind of dumbing things down. My player script used to be huge, and it's still pretty big. I gotta separate out more components. Well, I don't know if any of you listeners are programming guys, I'm kind of new to it, but some of the tutorials I was looking at were really big on inheritance. But then I found this video doing like inheritance versus composition, and composition seems like an even better idea, where you just break things into their small little bits, and then you assign them, say, oh, this player gets that, the enemy gets that. So I've been doing some simplification stuff too. Since I don't have the hero switcher out yet, I'm just gonna have to do some fun video wipe editing, and then you'll get to see the next hero. Thanks. Wow, wasn't that an interesting hero? Next up we have the shotgunner hero, who he's got a slightly different icon for his bullets. Another beautiful artwork by myself. So he has a spread of bullets that he does that do a little bit less damage, but a lot more of them. I made the angle pretty big, which that'll probably be one of the upgrades, is you could probably reduce the spread, and that way you can concentrate your fire better. And you can of course do more pellets, make the pellets do more damage, adjust the reload speed, stuff like that. So see, this one guy got all of them, so he got a ton of damage, whereas like this, not quite as effective. You'll see his secondary ability is this little running man. So when I start holding down it button, he'll go a lot faster. And then when I let go, the cooldown will only go up as high as I had that held down, to a certain maximum where it just automatically kicks you out of that running mode. And in addition, so the cooldown going up, you'll see, is a little bit faster than going down, which just, that's another thing that could be upgraded and whatnot, how long the cooldown is, how long you can continue running. And so while additionally, since the other two guys had a piercing mode in their secondary, I made it so his shotgun blasts were piercing when he's running, but when he's not running, they don't pierce. So they all get absorbed by the first guy they hit. Whereas while running, they can hit multiple guys. And that just kind of made things a little more fair between him and the other heroes. Because all the other guys had that piercing damage. That's pretty much what's unique about the shotgun guy. Again, he has the rocket ability and the sandbag ability, which I was thinking maybe they could have unique upgrades. Like each hero could have... Whoa, what is that? Did I just... Huh, I can adjust the slider. Well, that's not supposed to happen. I'll have to look into that. But, again, maybe they could have unique upgrades to these shared abilities. So maybe the shotgunner could have it where he can spawn it. The sandbags a lot more often. Maybe the sniper has it where she can upgrade the sandbags to be able to take more damage because she's more likely to stay in one spot. Because the shotgunner is going to be on the move. So he might want to be constantly deploying them maybe to try and not get hit. But yeah, that's pretty much the shotgun dude. Now let's take a look at the sniper then. Now you may not be able to tell, but the sniper character in this is actually a lady. That's right, there'll be a few lady characters in this game, and the sniper will be one such playable one. Although currently there's only 3 playable characters, so and I guess the general or commander will be one as well when you're not playing as any specific hero and you'll be building stuff. So I guess you could say 4 playable characters. But so they got the sniper rifle, deals a lot more damage. Not sure why that hit both of those guys. But whatever. I don't know, he faked it. This guy's been doing weird stuff with his health bar. I'm gonna have to look at that later. But yeah, she shoots a lot farther, and I think a little bit faster than the other 2 guys, where the bullet travels a little bit faster and farther. And then she has this snipe ability where you hold it down just like the shotgunner, but what it does is you start zooming out, and you'll keep zooming out until you hit this critical point here and the scope turns red. And she doesn't actually have a cooldown for her ability, but she gets the most benefit out of it when it hits this red mark. And you'll see she's moving a lot slower than she does when she doesn't have this button down. But once she hits the critical mark, she's able to do those piercing shots. She's the one I originally designed the piercing shots for, and then I ended up giving it to the other 2, I guess to be fair or something. But so she can hit guys from a lot farther away and do quite a bit of damage like this. So you'll kind of have to make up your mind, do you want to stay in sniping mode so that you can keep dealing damage, or do you need to get out so you can move a little faster, knowing that in order to get back to that peak sniping mode, you're going to have to wait a little bit of time as it zooms out and gets back to that mode. See if we can hit both these 2 or not. Yep, looks like we took the other one out. Now level walls, those still stop bullets. The only thing they don't stop is the grenades, as I mentioned. So you'll even be able to shoot while in sniping mode. You'll be able to shoot past like multiple sandbags even if you're far away from them and still do damage. Again, she's been having trouble for some reason. Wait, no. Yeah, she's been having trouble where even if she's close to the sandbag, she still does damage to it. I'm not sure why that is. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Kinda doing okay here. Maybe you have to get a little closer to the sandbag, I don't know, than the other guys have to. But, or she doesn't play well with them. But yeah, so that's all the 3 heroes that I made. I got the UI set up here, which is pretty neat. You know, her upgrades, potentially more damage, definitely maybe a further shot. I don't know exactly how far I want to zoom out. This is pretty good right here, I think. I don't know if I want to go even farther than that or not, but we'll see. It'll be something I'll probably test once I have more game to play and the enemies are actually doing stuff and coming after me. See if maybe that would work out. Cool thing is, too, since the rocket ability, it goes to wherever your mouse cursor is. She can actually shoot rockets a lot farther than the other two guys can, just because you can move your cursor out farther while in snipe mode. Which I don't know if I'll keep that or not. Maybe I should make it so she can't do rockets, but I don't know. That's kind of a cool benefit, so I'll probably, for now, I'm gonna keep it so she can still do that. Yeah, so see, I got a note here. More questions to ask you, the audience. So beyond your upgrade ideas, I was also thinking about what kind of enemy types I should have. You know, currently have like a basic rifleman that'll come at you and shoot stuff. And then I was thinking maybe there could be an enemy shotgunner who also has like a shield in front of him that can absorb a certain amount of damage. You can either get around them or you can just blast them a ton until that shield gets destroyed and then take them out. Maybe have a mini gunner enemy who's slow moving but shoots a lot faster perhaps. The enemy could have their own snipers maybe. They could maybe have tanks or some kind of demolition dude. Maybe fires his own rockets or something, I don't know. And I am gonna have like some tower defense type things that both the player can build and the enemy can build too. So there'll also be that. So they'll probably fire a lot faster than just the regular units. Let's see, anything else we want to talk about? I was thinking about whether I wanted to talk about story stuff or not yet, but it's still pretty early. I don't have a ton of things of that figured out yet. I got some ideas, but probably a little soon for that. Then we'll just close out here in a little bit. Alright, so lastly I wanted to mention I did create a little subreddit for hopefully kind of create an organized little area where people can come chat about the future game and any other projects I might make at some point. So it's reddit.com/r-imposter-game-studios, which is one of the names I was thinking about. I kind of like it, so I'm just gonna run with that for now. Google search showed that there was no one else called that yet, so I'm claiming it. You hear that now on YouTube, so and yeah, so this will be a good place to comment. I'll try and I'll post all these YouTube videos there as well as my own YouTube. And yeah, at some point maybe I'll make a Discord, but I do know I'm really bad at keeping up with those. I got like 10 or so that I'm subscribed to, and I'm only able to keep up with like one of them, and not always because they get really busy. But yeah, that might happen sometime, but for now I won't. I don't even think there would be any kind of busyness to that right now, but maybe when this game eventually gets released, maybe things will get a bit busier, who knows. I don't even expect this subreddit to really have much people in it for a long time, if it ever happens, but we'll see. Anyways, thanks for watching. Feel free to share this to whoever you like, and yeah, thanks. Bye.